and welcome to MGP587. I'm Kevin. With me this week, there is Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Konnichiwa.
Oh,
hello.
New hellos for 2025. I like it.
Yeah.
No Sheepdog this week. I'm just typing it into... sorry, I'm not typing anything into ChatGPT. I'm just finding the email he sent me to explain why he's not here this week. It's somewhere on my emails. Oh, I've just typed in, can I have another surprise? And ChatGPT knows how to respond. Here we go. All right, but I haven't read this. I'm reading this out live as it's being... this could be hideous. All right, buckle up because Sheepdog's been at it again. He sent me this story, and honestly, I mean, this is honesty. And honestly, I don't know how he gets himself into these situations. So this week, Sheepdog decided he was going to build a birdhouse with his youngest. Nice, wholesome activity, right? Well, they got halfway through when he realised he didn't have any screws. Instead of going to the shop like a normal person, Sheepdog remembered he'd bought a flat-pack cabinet months ago and never assembled it. His genius solution, he raided the box for screws, thinking, it's all the same, right? How does it know him so well? Fast forward to yesterday when his wife finally convinced him to put the cabinet together. Turns out those screws he used for the birdhouse were the only ones that fit the cabinet hinges. So now they've got a fully kitted out birdhouse in the garden and a cabinet with doors that only open if you use a spoon to wedge them open. Classic Sheepdog, turning DIY into a sitcom episode. And that is a legitimate email that Sheepdog sent me earlier today to explain why he wasn't going to be here. ChatGPT knows him really, really well. He hates it as well. He hates how accurate it is, and that makes me happy. Wonderful stuff. This is our first podcast of the year, isn't it?
Technically, yes. Zeitgeist did go out in the new year, like the third, I think.
I blame whatever lazy monster edited and released it.
On the normal day, yeah.
We recorded it in 2024, so...
Oh, we didn't?
Didn't we?
We recorded it on the Friday before it went out.
Oh, it's void then. Whoever won that, it's void, I'm afraid. There was no 2024 Zeitgeist. Void. We'll redo 2025 later in the year when we've got more Zeitgeisty information. But I mean, with missing a week last week, and then we had Zeitgeist, and before that it was Game of the Year. Yeah. We haven't done and then I think me and Anna were away the week before that. It's been like 6 weeks since we've done a normal episode. And would you believe they're the 6 weeks where I've spent more time gaming than the rest of the year combined? I reckon I've spent 150 hours on my Steam Deck since we last just talked about games. Good. I've played 2 games through from start to finish. I've started 2 others, binned one off. I'm like a proper gamer now, to the point where I take my Steam Deck with me when I go out and about. It goes in my backpack. I am loving the Steam Deck again. I am a full Steam Deck guy. But I played through Dragon Age the Veilguard, which I believe all 3 of us have now completed, haven't we? Aren't we proper? This is a proper gaming podcast. But that's a good game. I enjoyed that. We've talked about it at length on the Game of the Year. We don't need to go too deep into it, but I really enjoyed that. I sat there while we were on our little cabin in the woods break, playing through that, hiding from the rest of the family, lying on the bed, playing on my Steam Deck. It was a lovely
I remember that, where you didn't spend any time with any of your family.
In my defence, nice. You had your PS5 in your little games cabinet in the other room.
I was with the family. Family.
When I'm playing games, I prefer to have my trousers off.
And then you left again. No one saw you. What a holiday that was. Great.
It was lovely. It was a really nice holiday.
No one got to see you, Kev.
You know full well my idea of a holiday is just me and you. If you insist on bringing all these other people along, then it's your responsibility. So that we had someone else to look after Andy, so me and you could have some time on our own.
We're on our own every day.
Exactly. That's how I like it. That's how I've fashioned my life, because that's how I prefer things.
Wow.
Yeah, you should be impressed. You're the person I selected to have as my one person who's allowed to spend time with me. Well done. Congratulations. You're very lucky. Apart from when we travel to Disneyland, when we are allowed to bring Pabby as well, so that he can keep me entertained when you're busy. By the way, Pab, I don't know if we've mentioned this to you. You're coming on all of our holidays from now on, because I do need to
coming in a few weeks?
Yeah, we're going on a cruise to Amsterdam, so pack your pack your bags. You come in with us. You need to keep me amused when Anna needs rest. You and me can go and wander around Amsterdam buying rubber ducks. We'll have a lovely old time. But yeah, I mean, that sounded like agreement to me. We're playing. I finished Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I then, through my own decision-making process and nothing to do with a text from Pabby, I went straight onto Metaphor Refantasio, which is better than any Persona game that's ever been made. It's an Atlas RPG, very Persona styly, but inexplicably better than Persona. Which I still am struggling to get my head around, because I love the whole. The thing I love about Persona is the stuff that takes place in the real world, in the school. I'm not that into the wandering through dungeons, doing all of the battles, and the way Metaphor gets that balance better, and why it's a better game than the Persona games, is because it's not go and do 2 hours in a dungeon, then go and do 2 hours in the school, then go and do another 2 hours in the dungeon. It mixes everything together much better. So rather than having to go in and out of a special dungeon area, there'll be dungeon stuff, but you can just kind of drive your magic flying boat to it and do a little bit of it, pop out. You're able to teleport to any city in the world, which is incredible, because you can just go anywhere and do anything whenever you want. The people that you need to be making friends with basically are traveling with you. So even when you're traveling on your way to a dungeon, you can just go and do some of the friendship tasks with them. And it's just much more integrated and natural feeling than Persona is. So it has all of the good bits of Persona. It still has all of the making friends, social link stuff. It still has all of the same style of battling. And once you really start to level up your folks, you can get to the point where you have almost Persona-like stuff going on. One of the skills you can research, I forget what they call them. One of the jobs you can be a Persona master and actually summon Personas from Persona with one of the characters. So you can even get the Personas involved still, as you could in the Persona games. But it's brilliant. It's long. Goodness me, it's long. There was like 3 nights in a row when I said to Anna, right, I'm just going to go and finish Metaphor. I think I'm pretty much at the end. I shouldn't be long. And I think it was like 20 hours from the moment I first said that until the game actually finished. There's so many false endings and so much, like the final battle. Oh God, it must have taken, I don't like boss battles. Thank goodness there's automatic battling on this game, because that final battle must have taken me 2 hours. But I just set it to auto battle and read a book and just let it do its thing. If I'd have been having to push buttons doing a boss battle for 2 hours, wouldn't have been impressed. But having auto battling on there is brilliant. I didn't use it all the way through, but I used it for a lot. And it was basically like playing Football Manager, but with people in a fantasy setting. But having played those 2 games back to back, I've now fully decided I am an RPG guy now. I'm not interested in action games. I'm not interested in shooting games. I want story. The one thing that was missing from Metaphor was that I didn't get to have a romance. I like a romance. I got my Dragon Age romance. No romance in Metaphor. Very sad. But I like a good, strong story. I like characters that I can level up, and I like a romance in my game as well. So I went straight from Metaphor into Spider-Man Remastered because it was in the Steam sale. I picked it up quite cheap. I'd played this originally when it first came out on PS4. Got about an hour in and binned it off because it was just boring. I pretty much did the exact same thing again. Did about the first hour. It's just boring. It's swinging around the city is fun. I quite like swinging around for 20 minutes. It's fun, but then it's just button mashing combat and really linear story, and neither of those things do anything for me anymore. If you'd have given this to young Kev who liked BioShock and liked Batman Arkham Asylum, because this is Batman Arkham Asylum with a Spider-Man instead of a Batman, and I'm sure when I was enjoying those other games I would have enjoyed this one as well, but now I don't want to be button mashing. I don't want to be following a linear story. I want to be able to just go off and do my own thing and create my own path through this world.
You want
and
the game played for you, basically.
No, I want to be able to. I want.
That's what you've just said in the other game. You just wanted the game to be played for you. You wanted to watch something.
No, because
or read a book.
No, because the combat is not the game. The game is the decisions and the story. That's what I want. I'm only there
you want an
for
RPG?
decision making. Yeah, I want an RPG. I just said that.
So then don't play Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't. I played it for an hour and turned it off again. And had a look through my Steam library, trying to find something else that would scratch that itch. I've got Persona 3 Reload re-downloaded because I'd never finished it earlier in the year. But I wasn't ready to jump straight back into a full 80 hours. So I ended up re-downloading Cyberpunk because although I played through the main game of Cyberpunk last year, but never played the DLC.
No, we didn't. He's a liar.
I mean, as I said to
the DLC.
No, I didn't do the DLC.
Apparently, he finished the game, but I think he's a liar.
I finished the game, not the DLC.
No,
I never did the DLC.
Well,
Hannah, as I said to you on stream the other day, check my trophies.
You didn't.
What? I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
How were you trying to claim Phantom Liberty as Game of the Year then when you hadn't even played it then?
Well, because it brought in all the changes to the main game as well, didn't it? It basically made the main game playable.
But
so I assumed the DLC would be good. Pab, the important thing is I'm playing it now.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's complete contrast to what you just said you are now, which is just an RPG player.
Cyberpunk is an RPG.
No, not like in the same way where you let it play itself.
I don't. It's not that I want it to play itself.
No, but
I feel like you said in a game.
I want to choose my own adventure and tell my own story. I replayed the intro as a different type of character, and the first hour was completely different to the last time.
No, it isn't.
It was completely different. I mean, it absolutely was completely different.
I've done all three of them, and not really. It's not. It's like 10 minutes is different, and then the rest.
First hour was different.
Same.
No,
first hour was different.
They are different enough for in Kev's brain as well. You've got to remember he's not remembered that
much.
But
the same mission happens exactly the same way.
What same mission?
The one with the naked lady in the bath.
Jackie.
What, the one that takes place like 2 hours in?
And the whole Jackie story is all the same. Yeah,
but that's all after the first hour. The point I was making is the first hour is different, which it is. It's completely different. And then it's quite similar.
Yeah.
I started in an office building. I was checking emails in an office building.
Yeah,
I started out in the desert last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that again. But I think I'll play through. I just want to get enough into that so that I can do the DLC. I'm not going to play through the whole game again.
I don't know.
What I need to try and figure out how to do, because when I first opened it up, it said if I log into my CD Projekt Red account, I should be able to do a cross save. So I don't know if I just haven't done that on my. Maybe I need to go on my PlayStation and log into that so I can get my PS5 save onto the cloud somehow and bring it onto my Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's doable.
On there, I've got the game finished and the DLC about to start. So I just need to get that over, I think, because that's the bit I want to do.
Yeah, you do that.
Do the DLC. So I think I need to work out which PS5 that save is on, get it up onto the cloud, and then I can get it onto my Steam Deck and hopefully get that played over the course of the next week.
If I remember right, I think you could just start from the DLC.
It gives you the option to, but it gives you the option to have the DLC on there straight away. Yeah, I want Myvi doing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, but that's 4 different games played, 1 abandoned, 2 completed, and 1 revisited that I have unfinished business with. I, boys and girls, am a proper gamer again.
I have a question.
Is it how are you so great, Kev? How do you do it?
Well, I have a question for Anna.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing Kev and the fact that something's screaming out to me, and I feel like I'm going to get told off for suggesting it to him because he's not going to. I can't decide whether he's going to. The way he's talked about Persona and stuff like that, and turn-based stuff in general now, and very much RPG. Would Kev like a Dragon?
I've got that downloaded, ready to go as well.
Oh, okay.
That's That's sat there on my Steam Deck as
The thing is,
ready to play.
The thing is the first hour of the first one is all just a film.
It's set up. It's all set
Well,
up.
that's fine. I don't mind that. I thought you were going to say it was all fighting or something.
No.
Which is, not interested. I've just played through Metaphor. That has some very, very long cutscenes. I am quite happy to sit and watch a film. I just don't want to mash buttons.
So, have you got Yakuza Like a Dragon then?
Yeah.
Not Infinite Wealth.
I don't know, Pab. It was whatever.
Well, don't get Infinite Wealth yet.
I would go for Yakuza Like a Dragon first because it's just a setup.
I can check Steam on here, can't I?
Because if you could jump into Infinite Wealth, but you won't. You get so much more out of it having played.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is right.
Right, yeah, there you go. That's the first one of the new Yakuza games.
Yeah, so that is also sat on the Steam Deck ready to go. I've also re-downloaded The Witcher 3. I've basically I've filled my SD card with stuff. I know I'm not going to like The Witcher 3 because I've tried The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3 multiple times and just can't get on with them. There's just I think it's the whole two swords thing just breaks me.
Yeah, left and right on the D-pad is a real bugger to deal with. That's really hard.
I don't want to have to think up which sword to use. Just the biggest.
Is it a monster? Is it a monster? Yeah. Let's go with this. Is it human shaped? Yes or no? Human, one type. Everything else, other type.
That's a lot of remembering.
Is it got wings? It's the other type.
You know full well. If you ask me to remember that amount of detail, I'm once again just going to end up naked in the woods with monkeys having stolen my clothes, like the last time I played this game.
Oils and bombs. He's not going to get very far.
All he's got to do is get over that first speed bump, right? And someone grabs him, and then he's invested, and he'll be all about that.
Do I get to snog fairies and stuff in this?
Oh, you get to do more than snog stuff in that game.
Do I?
You get to do lots of stuff in this.
Do I see boobs and willies, Pam?
Yeah, yep.
Willies?
Possibly. I feel like yes.
I think I'm in. I'm in. I'll give this another try.
Weird.
What? I like my games with boobies and willies.
I mean, there's plenty of games on Steam for you then.
Oh yeah, I've got loads of them. There's a whole section for me. Great. Pervert games, I think they're called.
Yeah.
I'm looking now. The Race of Life, Act 1, which is sexual content, nudity, mature, and not suitable for...
click on it.
My Sexy Neighbour. I wonder what My Sexy Neighbour is about. The advertising shot for that is a woman whose top half of her body is inside her washing machine and her bottom half is wearing a short skirt. Wow. That's the advert for My Sexy Neighbour.
That's about right.
These are on the new and trending on Steam. I don't think this is algorithmed directly at me. I think this is just Steam is full of perverts. I'm not alone here being a pervert, I don't think. A lot of them involve people on all fours, which is interesting. But that's been my gaming 6 weeks or so. I'm a gamer now.
I can't believe you jumped straight into games like you've never before. I don't think I've ever seen you jump into games within
because
2
Game
minutes.
of the Year was coming. I had to crack on.
No, yeah, I know, but saying within like
on
this
podcast,
you jumped in within probably about a minute.
Right, Pab, we're letting people behind the curtain. The North London derby kicks off in 30 minutes. So you two
Who gives the monkeys?
You two have got half an hour to waffle about games, and then I'm just stopping recording and turning on football on. So that's why I've got straight in. I invited you on a cruise. I didn't go straight in.
Oh, did you get my I don't know why I'm bringing this up here now, but I'm doing it now. Did you get the TikTok I sent you?
Did you send me a TikTok?
I sent you a TikTok, and you will be, you'll be invested.
Which one of my many TikTok accounts did you send it to?
Kevin Chapman.
See, I don't ever watch anything on that one. I only post on that one. Right, let's see. Which one is Pab? I mean, there you go. Pab shared a video. What have we got here?
Yeah.
Oh, Anna sent me this as well. It's a Small World with Groot. Both you and Anna have sent me the same TikTok.
I saw it and I was like,
"Yeah,
Kev's gonna."
Are we going to Japan then? We'll arrange it after the show, but I think the Disney threesome is going to Asia, boys and girls. Brace yourselves.
Oh goodness me, it's bonk. It's a step up again in it from Paris to Tokyo Disney.
We're off to Tokyo. I'm just my fear about going to Japan is I'm 6'2" and 20 stone. I don't know if I'm going to fit. Just in Japan in general.
So everyone just in awe of you. Just wow, look at this
Yeah,
fella.
I've seen videos of people my size walking around Asia, and you have the crowds part like the sea, and people just sort of point and laugh. I don't want to walk around and have people point and laugh at me. I don't think I'll enjoy that very much.
Yeah.
You see it with the wrestlers. It's like, I mean, I guess I might get mistaken for a wrestler. That might be a good thing. I don't mind looking like a wrestler.
Especially if you go with like a luchador mask on as well.
Well, I'll be wearing my singlet, obviously.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
My Disney singlet.
At least I'll fit in.
At least what?
At least I'll fit in somewhere, being small.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I'm going to get pointed at and laughed at.
The small,
I'm not exactly going to be able to subtly vlog, am I?
I was just cleaning the sensors on our car, and he went, I thought you were kidnapped. Because I had bent down to clean the sensors on the car.
Out of the car, went to the boot, and then stood up again after I'd got my coat out of the boot, looked around, and Anna was nowhere to be seen because she was at the front of the car bent over. I thought she'd been taken by somebody. I thought I was going to have to find a new one to look after.
I wasn't even bent over. I just slightly leaned forward a little bit.
Yeah, but we've got a tall car now, and you're not a tall human.
Oh, I'm very not.
Yeah. Right, 27 minutes to talk about games. Crack on.
I finished another game.
Wowzers!
Another game?
And yeah, well, the game I told you a lot about.
Okay, so I thought you were going to say another game from the one that you mentioned earlier in the week. Okay, good.
We didn't do anything last week, but
yes,
I finished God of War after I don't even know how many years. 6 years? 5 years?
20.
22?
Yeah, I think 22, yeah.
2.5 years. Yeah, I finally finished it. I should have just taken my save that I had previously because I was 90% through. I was just the last mission away from completing it.
Really?
Well. And I started it again. So I spent 40 hours playing that, and I did not enjoy it. So I had a whale of a time. I love that game. It's okay. I love it.
Question for you then.
Yeah.
Which one's better?
I
know definitively for me.
What one is like the first one is good because it sets up that whole world and where he's at in his life and having like kids and what that's like. And then the second one is like he's growing up because now I'm at that stage of my life, like the kid's growing up, he wants to do his own thing and stuff. So both of them resonate with me very much, even though I'm a mother and not a father, obviously. But I couldn't pick one. They were both just stunning. I don't know how people don't play these games. It was like, even though Kevin goes on, I only like blah blah blah, this kind of game. That these games are so good.
I have got the first one downloaded on my Steam Deck. That's another one of the games that I've got in the Steam sale and just filled my Steam Deck up with. No, I did a YouTube Let's Play on this. I got like 8 or 9 episodes into a Let's Play and just stopped because I was so bored. So I don't know why I spent money to buy it again. I do. It's Triple H and a small boy. What's not to like? But it was just too much fighting. It was boring. I didn't like the God of War games in the 90s or whenever they were out.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't. It's not for Kevin's. This is for me and Pav, not for you.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, if you've got children, if you don't have children, like both of these games, like just had like there's a spot in my heart, and I'm like, like I know how he feels sometimes, and it's just like, but I was just so when I was playing it the first time, I knew how the first one ended, and I didn't want what was shown in the first one to happen. I was dreading it so I just stopped playing it. But then I have finished it now. I come to terms with what I saw may happen, and I just have to be sad. But it didn't, and it completely went the other way around, and everyone's happy, and I'm just like, there is a third one coming. There has to be, because there has to be.
No, that's it. That's it.
No.
Yeah, that was it.
Nope. I don't
that's what
believe that.
Well, you don't.
Nope.
It's difficult to say because they were originally making free games. They were originally making free games, and they compressed it into 2 and said they didn't want to make people wait another 10 years to finish the story. So they made it into 2, and they're done. Whether it made enough money for them to say, no, you're making a third one.
Yeah, I think this is one of their main games for PlayStation and for Santa Monica. It's Santa Monica, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, they can't just go, oh, that's it now, no more, because the way it ended, they just can't be, especially with what happened with his son, like that. It can be branching over there. It is just it's such a good game, and I need to see more of that. Especially with his son, like the whole story behind that. You can't just go, oh yeah, he's this and this is what happened, and now nothing. Like, I need to know about where his son went and what he went and did and what he was trying to find out. Like, I need to see that. I need to see that story.
Tell you about little books on Norse mythology. That'll tell you a lot of things.
I don't want to read it.
What mythology was that?
Yeah,
I love horse mythology.
Yeah,
it's everywhere in this game, in both of them.
I don't think you two are hearing me say horse, are you?
Are you saying horse? No, it's Norse.
I'm saying horse. I was being hilarious.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny. But yeah, they. I need more of that. I think it's so good. So yeah, I finished that. And I will play them again in the future. I will start both of them again, because even though they are the same, I love these games. It's one of them games I could just put in and just sit there and play. It's another Borderlands game or Fallout game. I love the games. They're just comfort, and they're so well made. And then that puts me onto what I'm playing now and trying to finish is Indiana Jones. Now I know good. I know everyone is like, yeah, this is great. I can't be doing with the awful graphics on my Xbox.
She nearly bought an Xbox Series X today.
Just wait until March when the PlayStation version comes out.
I didn't even know that was coming out in 2 months. We were in Costco and I had to drag her away from the Xboxes. She was going to buy one. It
just looked like I have this gen, but I have the S and not the X because the price differences were just mental. But it just looks awful on I don't even know what it is. I'm on the S of this gen, whatever that long words of put together.
Series,
I don't know.
It's 5 letters.
Yeah, but you've got the Xbox One Series.
Here's a question.
S and the Xbox Series X, and it's just messes me up. Yes.
Do you have Game Pass Ultimate?
I don't. Yes, of course I do.
Yeah. So could you not just stream the game from, and then?
I don't have a computer.
You stream it on the Xbox, I think.
But that'd still look awful, wouldn't it?
But it might look better than it, because it's streamed in from whatever it is, from high-end PCs into your Xbox. Okay. And that would potentially make it look better, because I mean you've got a good internet as well, so.
Yeah, it looks dreadful. I can't. I know people are loving it, and I've seen like screenshots and videos of this being played, and it does look good. But on my Xbox, in my experience, it's just awful. You've got popping of things, like you're watching a cutscene and things are just popping in. I'm like, this is really taking me out of the experience. The graphics just look like muddy and like lines aren't lining. They're just like, you can see the pixels. It just looks. And when I've come from God of War to this, and to say there's what 3 or 4 years in them, there's a problem because it looks so bad. And this is why I tend to be on more PlayStation than Xbox, because at least with PlayStation, it is one umbrella. It is one platform. And when we got the Xbox, where you've got 2 different platforms, and they don't look the same, and they're not giving the same.
To be fair.
Yeah, but they're not giving the same product to their people. It's just, it looks awful.
PlayStation's in the same boat now as well.
But not when I've come from.
No, you're right. No, but you're saying that they've got a pro and a standard now, so they've got 2 SKUs as well now.
Yes, but I'm still on the
base is much the base is much better than the S right now. So
it's like I did start it in last year, and I got like 15 hours in, and I went. Yeah, wow. I only got 15 hours. It's not a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but I didn't know how to play the game.
That's quite a lot.
I've played the game now, and I'm understanding now. I'm meeting people with pans and guitars and sticks, and I now understand how to play the game. It doesn't tell you. That's like, because I was having such trouble with the combat in that game because I was using no weapons. I wasn't using the gun. Oh, I haven't used the gun yet. I wasn't using any. I didn't understand the game, but now I'm just like, I'm gonna pick up everything and hit everyone with one. And like, I understand now that if you just hold down a button for a second, it's a knockout. They're quite violent, but it's knocked out. It's just like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try and finish it. It just looks awful on my platform. And yes, I know PlayStation has 2, but the games don't look bad on the PlayStation to the PlayStation Pro. I haven't got a Pro. I have no idea, but it just grates me that it just looks that bad. But like I said, March, if it comes out on PlayStation 5 in March, I may put this to one side and go, I'll play it in March, because I want to see what everybody else is seeing, because I know people love it. And I am enjoying it. I enjoy all the looking around for stuff and tombs and what, but it just looks bad. I'm afraid. So I played that. I'm playing that. I did try. I don't know what the whole word is because I can't see it, but it was something Unknown 9.
Unknown 9 Awakening.
Yeah, I bought it.
Okay.
Well, I bought it because it was only £19 over Christmas. I just found a bunch of PlayStation 5 games on Amazon for less than 20 quid. I thought, well, I might as well have a look. I don't get. I do get this game. It's trying to be Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider, but with none of the exploration of tombs. It is very boring. It was just boring. Like, it's got this whole supernatural thing going, and she has this like she can see into a secret world, but it's not great. It's like, oh, she can see through walls like you can in, I don't know, The Last of Us. I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen this done before. That's nothing special. Oh, she can punch a bit harder. Okay, I've seen this in hundreds of games. Oh, she can do this shroud thing where she can walk up to someone without being seen and then punch them, but then they all punch you. And I'm doing it, and I'm like, okay, and it's annoying me because it's just walk around this area, have a fight. Walk around this area, have a fight, and I'm just not feeling it. And it's just getting progressively harder, and she's not getting any better. Like, I have these 3 whole skill trees that I need to fill, and yes, the level 1 skills are 1 level up, but then you go up to level 2 and you need 3 of these orbs to upgrade them. And I'm like, I'm not finding enough of these orbs to get these powers when everybody else in these levels that I'm going into are getting progressively like harder than they should be. Like there was a guy who could hit really hard, like he was a bruiser guy. I could not for the life of me get a punch in him, and I just kept dying and dying and dying. And one thing for me is keep dying in games, I will just turn it off. That's why I can't play what they called Dark Soul games. Can't play them because that annoys, that gets on my nerves. I can't be doing with it. So I've turned that off for now. And I might go back to it. Like I don't want to start games and not finish them, but I have not hundreds, like tens of games that I've not finished. I have installed Cyberpunk to go and finish that. It is there, and I.
You should do, because if I remember right, you're on the last mission.
Yeah, I got I did get to that section, and then I could go on, but then I migrated from the PlayStation 4 to 5, and I lost the save, so I had to start again. But I haven't started the game again. I've just, what did I do yesterday? Like I've got to go and meet whatever his name is, begins with a T. Tecmo, yeah, him. I got to go and meet him anyway, and I've just like, I thought, right, well, I can't remember how to play this game. Let's go to I don't want to really say anything because of spoilers, but I want to go to someone's pub and do something there just while I work out how the controls work. But that's all installed on my PlayStation 4. But I just wanted to go and give Indiana Jones a go again. Yeah, but I will try my best to look past the awfulness and play, because like March is now been moved to Assassin's Creed time because it's been moved from Valentine's Day to the 20th of March. So annoyed with that, but I just want to scream when they do that. It's supposed to come out last year. Told us February. Come New Year. Oh, sorry, mates. We can't do it. No, it's like, dear players. I'm like, no, this is not fun. Yes, I understand games need to be finished, but don't give a release date and then just keep pushing it. I hate that. It annoys me no end, because I don't like put my life around games, but I like to get excited, and now I can't because it's now March and we're only, what's the date? So it's the 15th of Jan. It's 2 months away yet. I don't like it, and I can't see anything on the horizon. Like I know Civ comes out next month, but I'm not interested in Civ.
Am. That's me. I am.
Kev's
it's already excited. Steam Deck verified. I've checked.
So yeah, he's got that, but there's nothing I can see coming out. But yeah, I went from Dragon Age to God of War to now Indiana Jones. Thoroughly enjoyed all of it. I just wish I'll go and have a look if I can stream it and see if it looks a bit better. But yeah, I'm enjoying the game, and I will look past the awful graphics. I just wish I hadn't gone from God of War to this, because it's night and day. It's awful. It's like when you kill a god, right? I like to go and hide them. I don't want people finding them, and they disappear into the ground before I pick him up. I'm like, that's awful. That's just bad. Just awful. But anyway, I'll let Pab take on. He's got 20-ish minutes or whatever he's got.
20 minutes? 9 minutes till kick off.
Yeah, 9 minutes.
We've got to fill our hour-long quota. We've got 20 minutes.
That's Sheepdog's bit. Sue him.
Oh, yeah, you got 10 minutes. Do you 10 minutes, because the other one's not here.
Do a tight 10 if you need to. What have I been playing now? Let's have a look.
Video games.
Yes.
Several.
Yes, I have a new VR. I have the Quest 3 now, so I have the new Batman game, Batman Arkham Shadow.
How much did you use your old
did you
VR?
have?
I'm intrigued.
2.
How
Okay.
much did you use that?
I used it primarily for Beat Saber,
Porn.
really.
For what?
Porn.
What?
Beat Saber.
Oh, I see. So you didn't use it very much?
No, but
He likes Beat Saber. It is. That
Beat
is a
Saber's
fun
really
game.
good. Yeah.
I'm just fascinated by VR because I got Anna a VR headset and she doesn't use it. So
I don't, because the PlayStation VR is very cumbersome. It is a lot of setup for the game. I played all the games that I got and I enjoyed them thoroughly. I won't play Resident Evil in it. That's terrifying. I played the Astrobot. Love that. Couldn't put that down. Love playing that. I played F1's Golf, but I just find this ick in that game. I feel icky. There's an ick in that game and I don't like it. It's very it's Japanese. It's very I don't know.
You don't like the way
they
they point at me and laugh and stuff.
It's not that I don't like the way they portray women in their games. I just find it a bit icky. So I didn't want to do that, and I don't know what else was on that, but I can't remember. I just didn't want to play the other games. But Astrobot, loved it. Beat Saber, loved it. Got loads of song things, but it was very cumbersome. It is a lot of setup, and then you bought it me, and then by the time you bought it, I already had a PlayStation 5. So I had to wait a bunch of time for the little adapter to come. And it's just, there's a lot of setup. Whereas these new ones, they look better because I think they're wireless or less wires.
Yes.
I need a wire. I would love one that was wireless because I could just pop it on my head, sit in my big seat, and be away with it. But yeah,
So like pad then, porn.
No, not porn, but like I like Beat Saber, and I want to play Batman and stuff like that. I just won't play horror games because that's horror. I couldn't I was like, oh, that's great for people. I couldn't play. I played it with my controller and I about cried because I can't do horror anymore. I used to love horror games. I would be in them worlds and loving it. I scared my little brother with one of the games. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen because I was watching it too much and got scared. I was like, how else are you supposed to see the screen, you weird child? But he ran away. I wasn't young, but I was like, don't watch then. I was in a different room. He came to watch with his breakfast and ran off to mum crying because he was scared. And I was like, that's funny, but I can't play horror games anymore. They frighten me, so I couldn't play that. But I'm like, it was fascinating technology. And I was like, that'd be great for someone who likes horror games, but that's not me. And I loved everything about it. It was just, it is very hot. I can't wear my glasses with it because it wants to be in your eyeballs. If I could play it outside, that would be great because then I could be cool. But then people could see me, and that's weird. But anyway, back to Pab and his
his new toy.
Okay. I've played, like I said, a new Batman game of Batman Arkham Shadow.
That sounds great, and the Metro one. Oh, I want to play both.
I don't know about I yes and no about the Metro ones. I'm not sure. I'd have to see it more in action.
Metro.
Yeah. So the Batman one, I played about an hour of it because that's about as an hour is all I could stomach realistically. It was one of them things where you set it up and it says, do you want it for like there's like 3 different like comfort things, and there's like standard mode, like extreme comfort, or like not hardcore, but like people that are really want the immersive experience. And I just went, okay, down the middle of the road on this, and you look around with your head. You know, you look left and right, and the camera moves around with you. You're in first person mode, but you move around with the analog stick. And the second I did that, I felt like I was going to fall over and just be very nauseous. So I had to turn that right down to comfort mode, which works a charm. It absolutely works a treat for me. When you do it's exactly the same, but when you move, it kind of like gives you like tunnel vision, or like you've got blinkers on, so you only see like this like narrow. There's like it basically makes like a circular motion, and like just like you only see what's in this circle in front of you, and then once you stop, it all pans out again, so you can do all the fighting and stuff and what have you in that way. Yeah, it seems okay for what it is so far. I've run through some sewers. I'm looking for the Rat King. Rat King's a villain in DC, isn't he? I think. I want to say.
In what game?
Yeah.
I thought Rat King is in Last of Us.
I don't know. It's probably tons of stuff, but it's a DC character, I imagine.
Okay.
And you are trying to find this Rat King fella, and you can like. I'm just running through the sewers, basically, having a look. You can grapple up things. You have like the batarangs on your chest. You pull like the batarang from like your symbol on your chest, and you throw that around, and that was quite cool. You beat up people like relatively with ease, sort of thing. You just kind of like bash them, and then you can block them, and do like as like Arkham. Traditional Arkham combat where you can have there's like a flash will come in the left hand side of your screen or right hand side of your screen, so it means someone's going to attack you from behind, so you can spin around and bash them. Have space to do this though if you're going to consider getting this game, because I punched the wall because I didn't realize I was turned around, and I just kind of swung around and just jabbed the wall, and I was like, that was good. So yeah, I played about an hour of it. It seemed okay for what it was. I enjoyed playing it. It was quite fun just bashing these dudes in, just beating up bad guys.
You love bashing dudes, don't you?
In Batman Arkham games, yes, they are good fun. It's good combat in the Batman games, and it seems
they are.
It seems very good for what it is. Yeah, I played about an hour of that. I played another hour of a different game, Lego Bricktales.
I played a bit of this on holiday last year.
Lego Bricktales
didn't really enjoy it.
Is amazing.
Really?
What do you remember of Lego Bricktales, Kev?
Not a lot.
Yeah. So what you do is like Lego Bricktales is like this like diorama world that you're looking at, and you move around it like you're a character on that diorama, and you're just building things. You're like building and destroying things in the world as like a traditional sort of Lego game in certain things. And there's a story going on where you're trying to find. I feel like you was trying to find your uncle or your grandfather.
Your grandfather.
Yeah. And you have to like go around his workshop and build certain things, and you collect certain items. Then you go into like a build mode, and then you have to build a certain thing. Like a bridge, or let's say a bridge, because a lot of things seem to be making bridges and stuff like that. And you have to make a bridge out of these certain items you have, and then you have to test that it's structurally sound. And you send a little robot across it, and if it falls down, you've got to, like, okay, I've got to rethink how I put these pieces together again and make it strong and safe for me to go across it. And then once you do, it goes boom, yep, you've done it. Over you go, and you go over and you move on the story. But like I say, in VR. It's like you have it reminds me of, do you remember the big promise of like Minecraft VR years ago, and it was like on this like big table, and you were just wandering through, where you were just like looking down over it, and you were just watching it. It's like that in VR. It's just like a diorama on a table, and you can walk around it and look at things. You can pick the table up, lower it down, higher it up, like spin it round, have a look and see what you're looking at. But it's just a really nifty little game that's just cool. And the amount of times I saw it, and it was like, you've got this many pieces, start building this, what you need to build to get. I was like, I don't know. And I'd sit there and go, I don't know what I'm meant to do with this. I need like instructions. I can't just like think it. But I eventually just come up with it, and something works. I'm like, that's brilliant. I'm a genius. And it's not. It's probably simple, but more often than not in the Lego game, I just like to just hold the button and it just builds automatically whatever it's building. I go, boom, done. This one makes you think of what you're building, and it requires a little bit more metal to think of like what you need to do. But yeah, I liked the fact that, like I say, I was just had this like table in the middle of the room. My character's there. I can move freely around in the world, in this little diorama world with this character, and I'm just walking around it, just looking, seeing what's going on, seeing what the secrets are, seeing what's like. Because sometimes some of the secrets are like down the side walls and stuff like that, and you can just like have a look around and go, okay, so you can see that. You know, how do I get my character into that little cavern to get that treasure or whatever it is? And yeah, it was fun. It was fun for what it was. I think it was like 11 quid. And I was like, yeah, that's probably worth it for that. 11 quid.
We had it on the Switch when we were on holiday last year, and it is really hard to play on a Switch. You do need a bigger screen. You do, obviously, you can look around that. So yeah, it is good for what it is, but playing on a Switch, you can't see.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that's the thing, you see, because when you go into them build modes, you literally just have all the pieces on the side, and you're just picking them up with your hands, just like left and right, just picking pieces, putting them down, sticking it all together. And you're like, this is a cool idea. Because I think I've had it on my wish list on Steam for donkeys, and I was like, I'd never pulled the trigger on it. And I managed to, like I say, I got it on the Quest, and it's really a cool little game that I've enjoyed. I'd like to go back to it and just carry on seeing what the story is, because the story's not awful either. It's like a cool story, seeing what's happening, seeing what it wants me to build next, sort of thing. And yeah, that's all I've played so far. I've played some more Beat Saber, but Beat Saber just looks a lot nicer now. The game that has taken me away from Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, has really taken me away from Fortnite this last few weeks. Gotten really into playing that now. Yeah, it's a fun Overwatch style hero shooter, third person with Marvel characters. Recently, new seasons come in with the Fantastic Four coming into the game. Well, no,
and are these Marvel characters wandering around with guns?
Well, no, not really. I mean, Rocket has a gun.
What if it's a shooter?
Punisher has a gun.
What are they doing if they don't have a gun?
Well, it's third person, so like I play a lot of Scarlet Witch, and Scarlet Witch just has like effectively has like SMG speed, like magic, just magic like darts that she just fires at people.
Okay.
And like Mr. Fantastic, who just come in, he's just got massive arms and just stretchy arms, just punches people from miles away and just swings at people and like balloons up and becomes like quite strong.
Because I almost downloaded this because the price was right, but I decided against it. It didn't look like my cup of tea.
No, I don't necessarily think it is probably your cup of tea. But then again, like I said, there's a class for everyone in this game. There's a class and a character for everyone in this game, and there's a good chance you could get into it if you find the right character.
Being a healer like I did on Team Fortress.
There's healers. Jeff the Shark is a big favorite.
Oh, and I love sharks.
Yeah, well, Jeff the Shark is in this game, and he has his ability is just like he sprays water on you and it heals you, and you just hold the button down and just spray the water on people and he'll heal you. And then his ultimate comes up, and then you just kind of like have like a big AoE circle on the floor, and he just gobbles everybody up. And then you just go to the edge of the map and just spit them all off. So that's quite fun to do if you can get it. But yeah, I've been playing Fortnite here and there, but predominantly most of my time has been taken up with Marvel Rivals at the minute, just playing that one instead. And the only other game that I've played, I started Final Fantasy VII.
What, the redo one?
The remake.
What, the original one from a couple of years ago?
Yes, the one from 2020.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was texting Kevin because something was happening. I need to ask him. Carry on. Great game.
Yeah, I've played about 5 or 6 hours of this game now. And yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's all right. It's all right. It's
the next one is
this
better.
A Kevin game?
No.
You might like it because it is an RPG in the sense that I think it can play for itself. I think there's an option for that.
Yes.
But so it is a nice looking game. It is from Final Fantasy VII of the 90s to this, it is beautiful. It is lovely, and it's split into two. In the next game, the one that came out this year or last year,
2024, yeah.
Was it only last year, really?
Yeah, because Sheepdog didn't give it here.
Oh yeah, it's even
better.
Yeah, I don't remember when games
It was
came out.
weeks ago, Pabby. Come on.
Yeah.
It's all it's good. They're both great games. Like, I would definitely encourage people to play them. They're lovely, especially how Final Fantasy VII in the 90s is like. I don't want it to be controversial. Everyone has their opinion and likes it, but is the better of them games that came out then. It is. I don't like 8, and I don't. And 9 was okay. 10 is excellent, but 7. Yeah. Oh, 7 is love 7. Everyone knows 7.
Yeah, I managed to get remake and rebirth for the PC for like 45 quid. I think it was. And I thought that seems all right, considering I've had remake on my wish list since it came out on PC, and it came out at 70 quid, and you're like 2 years after the game came out, and you're like, what are we doing? And it never dropped below 35 quid ever on any sales ever. So I was like, I'm not paying 35 quid for a game that came out in 2020. It's not happening. And I managed to get them both. Because I think Rebirth's coming out on PC next week, I want to say.
What is?
Rebirth is coming out on PC next week.
That's cool.
Yeah. I won't get to that next week, by the way. Don't be expecting any review on Rebirth anytime soon, because I want to get through 7 remake first. And there is a point in the game, and there's a thing when you start the game is going, do you want to just start ultra strong sort of thing? So I was like, it's not called that. There's a mode called and you start off at level 45.
Jeez,
and max, and all your materia you have is max level. And I was like, I don't know what any of this means, but I'm just having a good time. I don't know what any of this means. And then I was showing somebody on Discord the other week, and they were like, bloody hell, what have you got all this stuff? I was like, I don't know, just give it me. I don't know. I was like, I'm level 45, and they're just like, max level's 50. It's like, you're 5 levels off.
Hold on, you're playing the first one or the second one?
First one.
And it's put you at level 45. Why?
Yeah, basically just for baby mode. I could just casually just wander through.
But you don't need to. It's not that hard.
No, well, you say that. But I don't want to do all the nonsense stuff. I got talking to Chadley, and I went, oh, I don't want to do this.
Oh, you don't have to do it, and you need to do the start
first,
ones.
yeah.
You don't need to go and do all them.
I was told that as well, to be fair. But as soon as Chadley started talking, I'm not talking to this nerd. Get out of here.
No. You don't need. I mean,
I did do the first quest for him, and that became an issue for me, Anna, because you have to scan enemies.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you have to scan enemies. They have to survive long enough for me to be able to scan them.
Yeah, there's your problem, because you're.
So I'm such a high level. I one shot things, so I can't get enough.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
I can't get enough ATP stuff. I can't get that up to be able to scan enemies quick enough.
Again.
I'm not that bothered. Because I did eventually do it. I eventually did it to the point because I let Tifa just beat some people up for a bit, and then I just managed to get enough.
That doesn't. I don't.
But if I'm not trying to do the scan stuff, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just beating people up, and I've got I'm really powerful now immediately because I've got loads of points to put into the characters.
And
it's just basically letting me run through the story. Yeah, it's pretty much letting me run through the story without having to do tons of stuff and grind. I don't have to grind at all now, which is what I want, because what I ultimately want to get to Rebirth.
Yeah, that game isn't that grindy, if I'm honest. But
we'll see.
You want to play it that way, you play it that way.
I am there. I'm in.
Everybody everybody can play games how they want. I just think that's I wouldn't want to play it, but that's just me. I don't want to play Final Fantasy VII like that because I played it in the 90s and loved it.
See, for me, this is my first time ever playing 7, and I have no reference for anything.
No, there's only one stage in that game that is annoying. It's like when you're above, oh god, what is it called? Above of the name.
Place?
Yeah, what's the place called? It begins with an M.
Midgar.
Midgar, yes, because you're above that and you're in like the sky and you have to keep going around places. That was the only bit that annoyed me, but apart from that, loved the game. But yes.
So the highlight for me so far has been doing the mission where you go on a bike and you're only going through a tunnel on a bike, and then some dude turns up, some maniac turns up on another bike, who's like kind of he loves you. He loves this guy. He just wants to fight you all the time. He's a character. After 6 hours, favorite character so far. I mean, everyone's always like, oh yeah, Aerith and Tifa and what have you. They're your characters that are like the favorites. My favorite so far is Jessie. Jessie's my favorite so far. I like Jessie a lot. She's cool. She's the one that seems to be the only one that seems to be like on my side for anything. Other than that, I'm just getting a hard. I'll be honest with you, I'm getting a hard time from everybody. And I don't blame them because I think Cloud's a bit of an ass. I'm not gonna lie. He's a pouty, like petulant child at times. I'm like, what? This guy is. I'm playing a clown. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Cloud so far, but maybe there's probably reasons for why he is like he is. So that'll come forward, I imagine, at some point in the near future. Yeah, you're right, Anna. I want to play more of that. I want to play more of Indiana Jones. There's tons of games that I want to finish. But other than that, I think that is it. That is everything from me this week.
Excellent. In that case, I will end the podcast so that I can continue watching the football that I'm already watching. So if you want to hassle us on the internet, boys and girls, you can do that at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm Pab1986.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, folks.
You're welcome, Pabby.